Okay, here we go for part two of these videos. So this is the second part of the Joshua or Andrew's Joshua um, breakdown videos, and we're here with Anthony Joshua. Now, earlier on we spoke about Andy Ruiz. Now we're going to talk about the former champ Anthony Joshua. Thanks for watching BWTM Sports. If you haven't subscribed already, please do smash the subscribe button and share the video, retweet the video over your social media. Share it, of course, also on Facebook and wherever else you'd like to share it as well. So let's talk AJ. Where do we begin? Good evening, Samuel. So, judging by what Anthony Joshua has said, from his mindset and what he's been saying, lucky punch from the gods, not a very good fighter. 9 times out of 10, he beats Andy Ruiz. If you get into the psyche of somebody like that who really has accepted that they've been beaten by the better guy, that's a mindset right there going into a rematch. Plus, well, unified champion. I think it's 70, rumored 70 million that you're getting in this rematch, or 75 million. Probably no tax on it because you're in Saudi Arabia. It's a lot of money. I don't think he's playing mind games. And if he is, it's not doing him any favors. Because he's not in a position to play mind games. You got knocked down 4 times. You got knocked down 4 times, okay, in a fight, which you admit to saying it was a lucky punch or a lucky punch from the gods. One punch, but it wasn't one punch that knocked you out. Lennox Lewis got knocked up by one punch by Hassan Rahman and Oliver McCall. You could call them lucky punches from the gods, but you got knocked down 4 times in a fight. That's not lucky punch from the gods. So there's a element of denial there. But how far does that denial go? If you have a bunch of yes men around you and people who don't understand the sport of boxing, and they're like, oh boy, yeah, it was a bad night, man. You could put it together, no problem, Josh. But look, you can bust him up, no worries, man. You've got a lot of yes men around you that think they know about boxing but don't understand the history of the sport of boxing. Then there's a problem. And let's just hope that, according to you, Kenyon Davis, that it is AJ playing mind games. But no amount of mind games can deny the fact that Joey DeWaco has been silenced. Joey DeWaco has been silenced. If a man's been silenced, he obviously has something to say. He has obviously something to say. Why are you silencing him? Why are you denying the fact that, the fact that Joey DeWaco may have knocked AJ out bad in sparring? But okay, let's put that to one side. So let's see how the former champion is going to put things together. So there's talk about Derek Chisora sparring AJ and this other guy, Timothy, I don't know what his last name is. But if that guy is the guy that is preparing AJ for Andy Ruiz, I hope it's a joke. No disrespect to that young man. I hope it's a joke. And I hope the joke is on me. And I hope the joke is on the press. And I hope that behind closed doors, they've got better sparring partners. I hope. No disrespect to Derek Chisora and no disrespect to this guy, Timothy. But you need, are you prepared to pay for the top sparring partners? Are you prepared to get whacked on the chops and go for a hard training camp? Are you prepared to do that? Are you prepared to put yourself in that sort of scenario? You're putting yourself in the ring with flat-footed guys that you can tee up on and land big shots on. You know, are you prepared to go in the ring every sparring session and get beaten up? Because I remember when Evander Holyfield was preparing to fight Mike Tyson for the first fight, and Evander Holyfield said he brought David Two in for sparring, and he said David Two was beating him up. He was getting beaten up in sparring nearly every day. He said it was his faith that kept him through, that allowed him to be able to be victorious against Mike, not once but twice. I remember Lennox Lewis when he was preparing to face Mike Tyson, and he went and took on the Ray Mercer fight. And he said, to prepare me to fight guys like Mike Tyson, I need to fight guys like Ray Mercer who are good on the inside, who are going to rough me up. Guys are going to back me up and put me under pressure and make me fight. You see, now, if your weakest point is you being unable to fight off the back foot and you are susceptible to fight walking back in straight lines and getting caught with your hands down, and when you throw, you know, I've said this before about AJ and I'll say it again. AJ is almost like the heavyweight version of Amir Khan, and I'll say it for this reason and this reason only. And it's not this is not a disrespectful thing, right? It's just an evident thing. When Amir Khan lets his punches go, he leaves himself in the pocket too long to get nailed. AJ does the same thing. It's just that when I did the breakdown to the fight, I said Ruiz will do better than Dillian Whyte because he's got faster hands and his style is a swarmer. A swarmer style is a duck under your jab, get inside, close the range and cut the range down, give you no space, no room, and hurry you up. Now, I don't know how many guys AJ has fought that are going to put the pressure on him from round one, who've already beaten him, and they're going to come for him. I don't know what AJ's mindset's like when he's fought a guy that's already put him down and hurt him and embarrassed him in front of the American public. I don't know what his mindset's like. I don't even know if he's recovered from that, the first beating. You know, he needs people who's got fast feet, short, stocky, couple of cruiserweights and light heavies that are just going to put pressure and keep him up. Gassiev is okay. He's okay. But he's a bit slow of foot and a bit ponderous. You saw how Usyk moved around him. Joe DeWaker would be good for sparring. He'd be good for sparring. Dave Allen for his toughness would be good. And there's a few other guys I pulled up as well that I thought would be good for Joshua. But for Joshua to win the fight against Ruiz, it's very simple. He's got to stay in the center of the ring. He must stay in the center of the ring. If he doesn't stay in the center of the ring and he fights with the back, his back is touching the ropes, he's in trouble. He's got to keep the fight in the center of the ring. And he's got to learn to tie up, and he's got to learn to lean down, lean on his opponent, sap the energy out of Ruiz's back and push him down and leaning him and fight like a big man. The problem with that is now his whole career has been built on being a big man and physical strength. But I never saw AJ really use that physicality. Apart from knocking guys out, I never really saw him use those physicalities like Lennox used to use physicalities. Lennox would pull with a jab, then he would grab you and pull you on the inside and lean on you, and put all his weight on you, and his chin go down and lean on you until the referee said break. That's the sort of stuff that Lennox would used to do. And Lennox would disrupt you. Do you mean you throw in a jab and he'd tie you up? Klitschko's another one. Klitschko was worse than Lennox. Because Vladimir Klitschko would tie you up, hold you up, and then reset, and then he'd get back and pump in the jab in your face. When you got too close, he'd tie you up. Lennox was a bit different. When you got close, Lennox will let that uppercut go. Do you understand? And then tie you up. And that's how you break a man's rhythm. And that's a guy, that's why you got to beat a guy like Andy Ruiz. Force him onto the back foot, okay? And you got to do lots of feints. But if I'm AJ, it's lots of feints. Lots of feints. And you've got to get the jab feinting all the time. You got to hit you, and when you hit Ruiz, you got to hit him with 2 and 3 jabs. You know, you've got to be in a position where enough space between you and him. So that length, he needs to be at the end of that jab all night long. He needs to keep Ruiz there all night long. Just keep him there all night long. And when he's hitting the right hand, he's got to make sure that when he throws the right hand, he's not in range for Ruiz to connect back at him. So there has to be a boxing masterclass he'll have to put on. Takam, yes, that's the guy. Takam as well would be good, but Takam doesn't hit with the same ferocity as Ruiz. He doesn't. AJ needs guys that are, you know, you are a professional fighter, right? But you're going to the amateurs to find inspiration. That's fine. That's fine. But those amateurs, they're amateurs for a reason. And they might be hungry. I remember a trainer saying to me once, yeah, amateurs are good because when you get amateur fighters, they're young and hungry, want to prove a point. That's great. But with a pro fighter, they know how to survive. You know, a lot of the experienced guys, you know, they will try and work their way around the ring, and they know all the tricks of the trade. So they might not want to hit as much. That's the one thing about with a pro, and want to look after their career and all sort of that. Especially one who's on a career going upwards, they don't really want to be doing things to expose themselves to other fighters and stuff. You've got all that stuff going on. When you're amateur, you're trying to make a name for yourself. Do you understand? So he's got some issues there. You know, that guy Timothy, I'm sorry, just looking at him, do you think he would go? How many rounds do you think that guy would go with Andy Ruiz? Seriously. You know, he needs some serious sparring with guys who are going to put it on him. And why they put it on him, please remember, he's just come off a knockout defeat. He's just come off a knockout defeat. So you come out of a knockout defeat, you're going back into hard training camp. Where have you had the time to rest from that last knockout defeat? And you're going to get hit on the chin again and endure a whole heap of punishment again? Nah. So there's so many things you have to overcome for this fight. You have to overcome the fact that you got a guy he's not intimidated by you, a guy that's knocked you out already, a guy that's taking your best punch, a guy that only had fight. He was a late replacement. Let's not get this twisted. The guy was a late replacement. 5 weeks, late replacement. The reason why Ruiz was picked was because he was fat and he was out of shape, and that's why they picked Ruiz. They didn't pick Ruiz because they wanted to take that challenge on that way. I thought, yeah, Ruiz, he fought Dimitrenko, he's fat. Yeah, let's fight him. But if they'd looked into the history of Ruiz, they'd have thought something different, right? So I hope that AJ is on it, mindset. I hope his mindset's on it, that he respects Andy Ruiz as the guy that took his unbeaten record, as the guy who took his belts, as the guy that embarrassed him in America, as the guy that's dethroned him, as the guy that put him down 4 times, as the guy that, when you meet in Saudi Arabia, could do the same things all over again, as the guy that could completely put you out of boxing, as the guy that could leave you in a very bad position. That is how you need to be looking at Andy Ruiz, right? That guy. You need to be looking at that guy who's going to be coming twice as hard at you, and he's going to be coming knowing he can knock you out. And this time, he's going to be in better shape, and this time, he's going to know how you fight. And you've been talking the talk about lucky God, punch from the gods and stuff. So you've been motivating the guy as well. So, you know, you got an uphill struggle. Because if you're already thinking this guy is not serious, or you're not thinking much of this guy, and then that will reflect in the type of sparring partners you get in. And another thing is, There was a lot of talk about you, or a lot of talk about Joshua losing passion for the sport and trying to find ways to revitalize his career. Listen, when you lose passion for something like that, you lose passion for boxing. You don't just go in the shop and buy a perfume and spray it on you and call it passion and you get it back. This is something that's in your DNA. And if it's a case of, you know, your passion is gone, no amount of going and doing hard sparring is going to bring your passion back. I don't know. It might be a cash out fight for you. I don't know. But if he comes back and he beats Ruiz, it's a great, great, great victory. And he should be given all the credit in the world for it. But losing the weight, how's that going to affect him in sparring? And more importantly, how's it going to affect him come fight time when before Ruiz was able to back him up? Well, he hasn't got that physical strength now that he can hold on to Ruiz and tie him up the same way. Yeah, he might be faster, but he'll never be faster than Andy Ruiz. And for how long? That physical strength, that physical strength he's able to probably use to maneuver Andy Ruiz in a certain way and to hold on to Andy Ruiz this time round because he's not as big. You see, you all talk about, oh yeah, you get rid of the big muscles. Okay, so he's gonna lose the weight now. So he'll be trimmer and he'll be slimmer. The Povetkin will be good sparring as well. Don't forget, Andy won't get AJ hyped up for the fight. He's a smiling assassin. I can testify that he's hardly in camp just yet. It could be good or bad. Maybe just could get rusty, or maybe it's good for concussion. I'm not sure, but he isn't training so much at the moment. Andy training. Need to be careful. Pros work the body more. AJ's done. He could be. Could be. I see AJ as vulnerable to the body. White slowed him, and Andy body work telling me. I heard Alan said his trunks wasn't as strong as DDD's, so maybe it's truthful. Well, when Dave Allen spoke to me and he was sparring Daniel Dubois, he said when he sparred Dubois, he got hit with a jab by Dubois and his whole body was shaking. He said when he sparred AJ, he said AJ physically isn't strung up close. And if that is the case, if Dave Allen's saying that and Anthony Joshua physically strung up close, it'll be something. I think he will go down again, but he might get up to a dodgy matchroom win. I don't think he beats Wilder ever, really. William will have Ruiz round 7, 250 to 1. I doubt they will be so arrogant this time. I bet I put 4 rounds on that round. £4 on that round. Wow. This fight could end early as well. It could end very early. I'll tell you why it could end very early as well. Because if you AJ's game plan has got to be spot on. It really has got to be spot on. AJ could get blasted out of it if the strategy is not spot on. Why? I'll explain. He can't fight backing up. So if you've got a guy you know that he can't back up, and you know all you have to do is close the range down on this guy, slip inside your jab, and let your punches go, and nothing's going to come back. Go watch the tape again. Ruiz and his team are watching tape again. Watch what happens when AJ gets hit. Starts to tuck up, starts to cower into a corner. Sort of the bully gets hit back. If AJ is a bully, if he's a bully, and he's got a bully mentality, then he's got a problem because the bully's getting somebody's going to punch back at him. AJ don't need to do much. Jab and fight tall. Okay, mate. If that's all AJ has to do, jab and stay tall. Okay. Well, that's what Dimitrenko did and many others did. Mate, it's not just about jabbing and standing tall. That if that's the case, right? You're asking him to do something he can't do. You're asking him to do something he can't do. First of all, the jab is a problem because he didn't work on the jab early in his career. So he doesn't have an authoritative jab, much like David Price. Doesn't have an authoritative jab. So the jab is a key. Lennox Lewis had an authoritative jab. Larry Holmes had an authoritative jab. George Foreman had an authoritative jab. Muhammad Ali. So Lennox Lewis. These are guys that fight behind the jab. Wilder has an authoritative jab. The jab is the thing that keeps the guy off balance. But if you don't use your jab, educated jab, so he needs an educated jab that's gonna keep Ruiz from coming in. The way to stop Ruiz coming in is hit him. As soon as he tries to make a move, bam, he's hit with a jab. Bam, hit with a jab. Bam, hit with a jab. That's what he's got to do. So it keeps Ruiz off balance. He's got to keep Ruiz off balance. But like I said before, because the jab is not very good, all Ruiz has to do is move his head an inch. Move his head an inch. So standing up. He's standing up and just using the jab. Yeah, AJ could fold. He could really fold in this fight. Not gonna lie, if Ruiz blasts him out, people need to start giving him credit. Listen, you need to give Ruiz credit now. If you know you're boxing, you'd be giving Ruiz credit now. You'd be giving Ruiz credit now. Ruiz didn't have to knock AJ out for me to know he was a very good fighter. I fear Ruiz might leave AJ folded up like Wilder did to Stavern. It can happen. It can happen. It can happen because of the style. AJ's not a great inside fighter. He doesn't know how to tie a man up. So he's going to have to learn real quick how to tie a man up, how to use an educated jab, how to move his feet, how not to back up in straight lines, how when he gets hit to watch instead of tucking up when he gets hit, leaving himself vulnerable to left hook. All these things that you need to work on. So for AJ to win this fight, center of the ring, hold the center of the ring, and keep Ruiz on the back foot. Force Ruiz to fight on the back foot. That's how AJ wins the fight. Off the ropes, center of the ring. Off the ropes, center of the ring. And then when he gets anywhere near the ropes, tie Ruiz up or hit Ruiz with the uppercut. Hit Ruiz, use the uppercut. Ruiz comes in, clock him in the uppercut. And then tie him and hold him and lead him up. And hopefully, AJ's got a referee in there that's going to allow him to hug and hold, because that's the only way I see him beating Ruiz. Hugging, holding, using the jab. Because I ain't seen AJ in my whole of watching AJ. I've never seen dominate a guy behind the jab and the box. And don't talk about that Parker fight, please. Do not bring that Parker fight into it. Parker's not as explosive. Parker's allowed to close the range down. You talk about guys 6'4" plus versus a guy that's 6'2". You're talking about a guy who's a boxer, puncher, versus a guy that's a swarmer. Two totally different styles. So that style he used against Parker will not neutralize Ruiz. That style, if he fights against that style with Ruiz, he'll get knocked out. He'll get blasted out of there. Thank you so much. These are ones I'm using for the football thing. Ruiz might not be Wilder, but he isn't a mug, So barring a big punch, he isn't going to melt away, and he's pretty solid. At times, he's electric once the pocket is collapsed successfully. AJ isn't another Frank Bruno. Frank fought in Vegas. AJ's petrified of losing there. Frank had heart. He is. Frank had an excellent left jab as well. Even at ref, Parker did rock Joshua momentarily in round 5. AJ panicked even then. That's what I'm saying to you. That's what I was saying about the AJ fight. I said in that fight with Parker, it revealed a lot to me. AJ was having trouble tying up Ruiz in the first fight. Ruiz was shrugging him off and hitting him, sideswiping when he did manage to get the clinch. This is what I'm saying. So all these people are saying, yeah, AJ needs to lose weight and needs to be smaller. Okay, but are you thinking about the consequences of when you lose that weight and you gather speed? You also lose physical strength and bulk. That's why these guys, so these heavyweights, bulk up in these fights so they can absorb punches better. That's another thing. Once he gets hit, there's a problem. There'll be a world class. The referee they need is that what's his name? That black guy. I forget his name again. Referee. Yeah, they need him in. They need him to referee the fight. I can't remember his name again. Somebody will remind me who it is. Yes, very interesting point about weight and strength loss. That's it. So all these wise guys, the fact that you're going to lose weight already tells me what your game plan is going to be. If you're losing weight, I know what your game plan is going to be. You're looking to box. And the way you're talking, you're looking to box. You use analogies like, "Oh, I took it out the oven too early." You're trying to be too smart. Now you're trying to box now. But I've seen nothing in your career to suggest you can actually box for 12 rounds and keep this guy at distance. Kenny Bayless. No, not Kenny Bayless. Has AJ got a good chin? No. The referee of Dodge Yards, yeah, it's gonna Andy's gonna force him to fight for 12 rounds at a hard pace. 1, 2 in Saudi Arabia. Go on, AJ fans. Now tell me that AJ's got superb stamina. Steve Willis, that's the brother's name. Steve Willis. Yeah, but what I need to, who I need to have in this room? I need to bring Captain BS in the room. No, not Captain BS. The BS anti BS commissioner. I need to give him a call actually. I need to get. What time is it? It's 20 past 9. I think AJ's losses tend to come away from home in amateurs, even. So, yeah, he doesn't seem to. I don't know. And a ring is a ring. I said to you all, go back and listen to my previews about AJ, and we talk about all this stuff. Now we've got to think about the mental strength. How mentally strong is AJ? He didn't look great. He didn't look comfortable against Ruiz, and it could be the fact that he was nervous. Oh yes, did you like the anti BS commissioner? Did you like him? Because I think he wants to. He said he wants to come back. He's got more to talk about. Did you enjoy the show with him? Because I think we have him back. Just a point about Bashir. Uncle Bashir won't be back on the channel for a while. Those injuries, the injuries he sustained are really bad, and it'll be a while before we see Uncle Bashir back on BWTM Sports. So I just thought that he gets pumped up with the crowd. Very reactive to success when he's hurt people. Very reactive to success when he hurts. If AJ suddenly has great stamina, it should be surprising. Career-long stamina issues don't typically display one cap. Oh yeah. So if I could get the anti BS commissioner in, would you like to listen to him tonight? Because I'm thinking of getting him in. He was meant to come on Sunday. Yeah. So I mean, I'll talk to him and I'll keep you updated. But he's Bashir's in a bad way. So I mean, he's well in the sense that he's alive and but he's in a bad way. He may never be the same man again, which is a shame, a real shame. Get him on. All right, cool. Okay, let me finish this. So again, those people are saying hating on AJ. It's not about hate. It's just some facts that need to be brought together real quickly. Acknowledge who Andy Ruiz is and what he's done, but don't neglect what you can do. You knocked Andy Ruiz down in that fight. You did knock him down, and you were able to catch him with a right hand. And the other things you need to look at is bringing in top quality sparring. I mean, you're bringing in Derek Chisora, right? Who's had fair play to Derek, but I'm not quite sure how that works for you because Derek's got his own fight against David Price, and where's that? I don't see how that works somehow for you. I don't know how it benefits Joshua because Derek Chisora's style is nothing like Andy Ruiz's style. Derek Chisora doesn't know how to cut the range down and close the guy down the way that Andy Ruiz does. Andy Ruiz is faster, and he's got a different type of mindset. All that muscle oxygen. Not many muscular fighters have gone on to have great stamina, but there are few exceptions. Evander Holyfield, but Evander Holyfield used a lot of fast twitch muscle. Very different. It's been realistic. AJ ain't all that. Mr. Bashir could jeopardize the compensation for the lawsuit too if he came on soon after the incident. Yeah, that's another thing as well. That's very key. Good point. Best game plan for AJ: don't drop or stun Andy early. He's just got to keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Lots of feints and this stuff, that stuff. He's going to have to lose that, because if he comes in with that same stuff against Andrew Ruiz, he's in trouble, big trouble. He's got to use the jab. He's got to keep Andrew at distance. Exactly, exactly, exactly. So you break this down at different points. So you got the physical, at the physical we need to look at. Has he physically recovered from the knockout defeat to Ruiz? And then what's his physical body going through now as he goes back into training camp? What sort of sparring is he doing to prepare for Ruiz? Is it hard, tough training? Is he mentally able to deal with that? How does he absorb all that stuff? Then again, the emotional side of things, the trauma of being knocked out and not being champion anymore. How does he deal with all of that? The sparring partners, how good are the quality sparring partners coming in? I don't know. Sparring ain't gonna help AJ. He was done when he's being cashed out. Holyfield was juiced out of his brain. Oh boy, a prime Oldie Harrison could deal with AJ. That's what Frank Bruno used to do with his stuff. This stuff. I think it's a bit of a stretch. Oh, thank you. Let me see if I can get Captain anti-BS commissioner in the room again. Okay, let me try and get him in for you. Smash the like button, people. Again, so you've heard me give you an idea of how AJ wins a fight. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. You're in the room. Smash that like button, people. I've given you an idea now of what AJ has to do. If AJ drops Kawasaki, does Joe get back up to beat him based on stamina? I don't get that. If AJ drops Kawasaki, does Joe get up to beat him based on stamina? You have to catch Kawasaki first, and Kawasaki's pretty fast. This is elite level where AJ is coming short. Audley never seemed to get past domestic European level as a pro. Yeah, you're elite level now. Elite level against guys that are young and hungry and looking to knock your block off. This ain't no more a case of a guy being intimidated by you. This is a guy who's looking to take you out. Yeah, smash that like button, people. Smash the like button. Right, I'm going to get out of here, see if I can get the anti-BS guy in the room. All right, I'll be back. See you soon.